Kai Wetterings. My major is creative technology and design, and I'm currently a sophomore here at CU Boulder.
My name is Maeve Bin. I'm a sophomore here at CU, studying biomedical engineering.
I'm Jack. I'm studying computer science.
I'm Marina. I'm a junior, and I study environmental studies.
I'm currently renting a house with 5 other roommates in a residential area. It is a good bit away from campus. It's definitely not walking distance. I can bike. That takes maybe like 15 minutes, or take the bus.
Yeah, so my current living situation, I live in a 2-person apartment, and it's pretty decently close to campus. It's on the northwest corner of campus. I'd say it's about 7-ish minutes to get to main campus. It's a bit of a struggle for me because most of my classes happen to be on the east side of campus, which takes me about 25 minutes to walk to. But other than that, I really enjoy where I'm living.
It's really close to campus. It's about a block underneath the hill. It's probably like a 5-minute walk to most of my classes on campus. So
I'm really lucky to live right next to campus, right on the hill. It's a really good location, and that's probably what's most important to me. And I feel lucky about that because I also don't have a car, so that makes it a lot easier.
I pay $8.70. I'm fortunate enough to have my parents to be willing to contribute that rent, which I'm thankful for. Anything over $1,000 I'd have to pay for, but right now I'm living comfortably.
I currently pay $1,300 in rent, which is a lot, plus utilities, which usually ranges around $30 a month, split between 2 people. So 60 in total, 30 each.
right now we pay about $1,300 each with 3 people, including utilities and electrical.
$1,565 without utilities, and I think with utilities it's like $1,630 something.
No, I've heard from a lot of people closer on the hill that they have a lot of grievances, but we rent from a local Boulderite. It's not like a big company or anything. It's a private owner, and he's pretty responsive. The house is worse for wear, but compared to everything else in Boulder, it's a good price for what it is.
Not really. Only complaint is that some of our appliances are run down, especially our kitchen. So our oven doesn't work great, and there's not really anything we can do with that unless we get a whole new appliance, which our landlord isn't really willing to give us. So.
Yeah, there's definitely been quite a few, I would say. Definitely in the beginning, we had to call the maintenance people and get them to fix up a lot of stuff, like our windows and our door was broken, as well as our oven. And now our shower is broken, and we can't take showers unless it's at the highest heat.
Yes. When I got here, the screens were all messed up, and some of the lights were falling off, and the whole ceiling is lined with heating pipes that like burn to the touch, and some of the carpet's ripping off.
Yeah, looking on the hill, definitely. I think it all depends how close you want to be to the student life in campus. I had some troubles with roommates, but last year we were getting a little desperate towards the end of the year, and we were starting to look further away, and we found this place. So it was a little stressful, but it was nothing crazy.
So our process was mostly through a friend that I had. We were looking for a 4-person place to live, which we could not find at all within our budget. So the most difficult part about finding a living space was kind of communicating with the people I wanted to live with and making sure that we all fit into the same budget. So I'd definitely say that was the most difficult part, considering Boulder living expenses are extremely high.
Yeah, it was tough finding it because you had to start very early to get a good spot, and we started kind of late, and there wasn't too many options available, so we settled on this place.
For like a single, yeah, for sure. Which I'm lucky to like be able to have a single, because like obviously if you live with other people, it's way better. But I lived with Boulder Property Management freshman year, so just like looking on their site and calling them, it was pretty easy. like it's pretty accessible to just like see what they have. Like they have a bunch of pictures. They don't really record like how much the utilities are, so you have to like call and ask. But other than that, it was pretty easy, and the people are really nice.
Yeah, I do. I think that the cost of housing, cost of living makes Boulder a very like sort of exclusive area to both live and go to school. I think that the University of Colorado is a great school. They are growing very quickly, and I think that we need to have some measures in place to ensure that the students who come can actually afford to live here, and to not make it so exclusive that only the wealthiest, most affluent students can come and study here in Boulder.
I definitely wish there was regulations and would hope for regulations, but unfortunately I don't know if that would be the case, especially because there's always inflation and prices going up and down, so I never expect there to be a cap, but if there were to be a cap, I think that'd be amazing. Maybe one suggestion would be that kind of like college tuition, where as soon as you get your rent, it stays the same for as long as you stay there, instead of going up and down.
I would definitely like there to be. I think it would help out a lot of people, especially people who are from lower income households and can't necessarily afford all these high rent prices near campus, and they don't want to walk like 30 minutes to get to school.
My only thing with that would be like if you're further from campus, it should be cheaper. Because like a lot of the places that I've found, it's like way more expensive to be off the hill, and the hill's already expensive. So I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to have a rent cap, but I just don't see Boulder doing that at all.
I think it's going to make it, like I was saying, more exclusive. I think it would be very difficult for somebody who didn't have support from their parents to come and live here. So I think that there'll be less diversity and less, like first generation students at CU Boulder.
I would say, depending on the financial state of the students and their parents and how much aid they're getting. I know there's a definitely big gap between Boulder students, whether or not their parents are financially helping them or not. So I think it definitely depends on what kind of person's coming in and where they want to live. There's definitely cheaper options on the outskirts of Boulder, but if you do want to stay involved on campus, I think this is still going to be a very big problem for future students.
As of right now, I think the prices will just keep going up, and it'll kind of make a lot of students either start living further away or have to pay more money for college and maybe even go more in debt.
Well, yeah, definitely, like, I have so many friends that have to live with, like, strangers or people that they don't know because of, like, affordability, which, I mean, that's college, right? But, like, people have so many problems, like, roommate problems, because it's expensive and you have to give up some stuff.
Well, I like the idea of rent caps. I think that's a good idea. Recently, CU Boulder was granted the ability to develop CU South, and I think CU building student housing or affordable housing there. I'm not talking U Club and affordable, but like actual affordable housing for students. I think that's the only way that we can really house all the students that we have and not make the housing market go up even further. Boulder's a very confined area, so it's kind of difficult to build anywhere unless you want to commute from Longmont or some other town.
Yeah, I think it's just more up to the renters and the companies that own all these buildings to keep prices lower and lower them down, but it's hard to get them to do that because no matter what they put the price at, they'll still get buyers. So
I feel like there should be more like listings and like more advertising for stuff because it's kind of hard like to just look for it on your own if you don't really know. Like freshmen, like when I was a freshman, like everybody was really confused. Like it was like spring and everyone was like, oh, like shit, like we have to like find an apartment, and like nobody knew what they were doing. So yeah, I guess there should just be more like education on the fact that like once you're out of the dorms, like you're totally on your own.